The coming test. Will you stand for truth or follow tradition? The world gathers every Sunday. Church bells ring, prayers rise, hands are lifted. But as the sun sets and the echoes fade, a question lingers in the air. Are they following God, or have they embraced the traditions of men? Week after week, countless souls enter the doors of grand cathedrals, beautiful chapels, and towering megachurches, all believing they are honoring Christ. But where did this tradition come from? And why does it stand in stark contrast to the commandments of God? Remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. Not Sunday, not tradition, not man's decree, but God's unchanging law. Written by his own hand in stone, it stands eternal and unmovable. Yet, the world has forgotten. How did this change happen? How did nearly the whole world embrace a tradition never commanded by Christ, never written in the Scriptures? The answer lies in the pages of history, a history hidden from the pulpits and dismissed by those who follow without question. It was not through the voice of God or the hand of Christ, but through the political might of a Roman emperor. In 321 AD, Emperor Constantine, a pagan sun worshipper, declared Sunday the official day of rest, not by divine command, but by imperial decree. Sunday, the venerable day of the sun, had been a symbol of pagan worship for millennia. But in the spirit of unity, Constantine blended this day with Christianity, creating a hybrid of truth and error. And the church followed. But God's word never changed. His Sabbath remained the seventh day, a memorial of creation, untouched and unaltered. If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, I am the Lord, I change not. Yet the world walks in the shadow of tradition, convinced that obedience is legalism and that grace is a license to trample God's commandments underfoot. Men preach that the law was abolished, that grace is enough. But grace does not abolish God's law, it empowers us to keep it. His Sabbath is not a relic of the past, it is a command for all time. But there are those who hear the call, those who refuse to bow to man-made traditions. They remember the Sabbath day, just as it was written by the finger of God. They stand firm on his unchanging word, unyielding to the tides of tradition, unmoved by the currents of compromise. They know that the Sabbath is a sign, a mark of allegiance to the Creator, a seal of those who walk in his ways. The test is coming. Sunday laws will be enforced. The world will be forced to choose, obey God or follow the decrees of man. Prophecy speaks of a time when all will be compelled to bow to this tradition, to forsake the Sabbath for the sake of unity. Which path will you take? Will you stand firm on God's unchanging law, or will you bow to the traditions of men? The time to decide is now. Choose ye this day whom ye will serve. Joshua 24:15.